Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. This is Wrestling with JD, WWJD for short. Today's going to be a review of Raw, and sorry about the audio. It's not that great right now. Most of what I'm doing has been on the road as I have quite a commute. I do have another setup with microphones, and once I'm in a place where I can set it up and get going, I will. So until then, I do apologize for the bad audio. But let's get to the review. John Cena kicks off the show, coming out and declaring that he is the greatest of all time, 17-time champion. Nobody can take him down, and he has beaten everybody the WWE has to offer. No matter who you chant for and how loud you chant, he's going to beat you. So out comes CM Punk naturally, because he's always chanted for. Starts talking old school 2011 confrontation. One more time, John Cena versus CM Punk. Punk's not out there to discuss the higher bosses, the brass. He's not out to defend the brass and the millionaires and billionaires. He's out to defend the people. He was once the voice of the voiceless, and he will be again. So they've set up the match now for Saudi Arabia at Night of Champions. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I want Punk to win the belt. And, you know, Cena did go down the days. I think he said 26, 25 the last I saw. So his time is coming closer and closer to an end. I don't know how many dates are after Night of Champions. So we'll see. But if he drops it to Cena, that'll be interesting. I did, for a second, think Goldberg might show up. What they would do with it, I don't know. But he, you know, when you talk about chanting and loud chanting and chanting in arenas, that's the first thing that pops into my mind. I grew up in WCW era. I grew up watching those guys where the big boys play, and the chants of Goldberg, 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 long before he was in WWE. Next up on the show was the Fatal 4-Way match for the Women's Queen of the Ring qualifier. Roxanne Perez ended up walking away with the victory after Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley pretty much destroyed each other in the ring. It was a good, decent match. The fact they had Ripley and Liv in the same one was interesting to me. I figured they would separate those two throughout the qualifiers. I guess the Queen of the Ring's going to get a title shot, so it'll be interesting. But Roxanne did snake it from Liv. There's going to be some trouble in the Judgment Day. That pops up a little bit later on with Nikki Bella and Liv in their segment in the ring. So, yeah, welcome back, Nikki Bella. Liv Morgan has a bone to pick. So, we'll see how that goes. Nikki Bella does come out later on after running into various women in the back and introducing herself and thanking them for their contributions to the women's division in wrestling. Now, she's here and getting into a feud with Liv Morgan. She was thanking the women in the ring, naming names, did not name Liv. Liv took offense to it, comes out. Nikki says, sorry about, you're having troubles losing your belt and your man and your match to the same woman today. So Liv promptly gave her a nice finisher against the ropes and ended it, Oblivion. Yeah, there's a feud there. So if you're going to return a legend and Hall of Famer, getting her in a feud like that would be... This isn't a short-term feud, I wouldn't imagine. So, setting up something there. And if you're going to take the attention away from Liv Morgan of the title scene, let's look for something in the Queen of the Ring. Last year, I believe it was Jax that got it. So, up next was Becky Lynch coming out and talking her stuff, talking about, she's got a hot husband, she got a baby, she's the queen of the world. Yeah. You got the babyface music and the heel attitude, you're hybrid, you don't make much sense. I struggle to get behind the promo. I thought the feud was over, you got beat up, you had your hand raised, end of story, right? No. She wants her hand raised again. She wants an apology, and I had no interest really in seeing Lyra come out and do anything with Becky. I was like, that feud's over. I'm not interested in it. This heel turns, it's nonsense. It's halfway. And then Bayley comes out and destroys Becky from behind. So bonus, Bayley's back, and I'll take that. I'd rather have that feud than continue to go down the same road. You're just beating these feuds to death, man. They all can't be the Bloodline, and they all can't be the NWO. They all can't go months on end. it's just, oh, it's done. R-Truth comes out of nowhere, stands on the announce desk. He talks about how R-Truth is a little bit too funny sometimes. He's a little bit too nice sometimes. He's a little bit too lenient sometimes. But not him. Not Ron Killings. Ron Killings isn't that. A mother trucker should, right? Like, step up, feeling froggy elite. R-Truth has got a little bit of a bone to pick, and he's got a little bit of an attitude behind him, and he wants respect. He takes out scissors. Michael Cole backs up. Nice little play on being worried where he's going with it. But yeah, cuts his hair right off, right on the camera. Says he demands respect from the fans, and now he's going to start getting it for his name. So all in all, great segment. It was a good promo, good time for R-Truth. Can't wait to see what happens next with his character. This should be fun going forward. Judgment Day has more issues. Roxanne lived the match. Roxanne won the match. She's qualified for the Queen of the Ring. Finn, you can tell, is trying to egg things on. More nonsense from the Judgment Day. This story's okay, but it's going on too long. You know what's going on. We're not dumb. To make it go on as long as you are, you're giving it to the point now where are the other members of the Judgment Day dumb? Do they not get what we get? So pull the trigger. It's getting to the point. The men's qualifying match for the King of the Ring was actually something I thought was pretty fun. Again, why they had Dominic Mysterio in the match, I don't understand. How are you going to be in the match when you have the Intercontinental title? I have always been under the impression that the Intercontinental title was the stepping stone to get you to the World Heavyweight title. If you have that belt, already have a stepping stone. You should automatically be in the running for the World Heavyweight title. I mean, I guess he puts you in the qualifier for the King of the Ring. But, The Rock was the Intercontinental title holder, became champion. Stone Cold held the Intercontinental, became the champion. Throughout the 90s, that was always the stepping stone. If you got to the heavyweight, you went through the lower belts first. Sami Zayn ended up actually being the winner of the qualifier for the King of the Ring. Hell of a kick against Dominic Mysterio in the corner after Braun Breaker was destroyed by LA Knight. LA Knight, I mean, that's what I love about his character. He's a chaser. He gets the belt. His promos change a little bit. They lose a little bit of their spark. But man, when he's chasing somebody and he's got a feud, I mean, he can destroy you on the mic, and he's great in the ring. He's a special talent. So I mean, I get why he didn't win Money in the Bank. But I'm gonna be behind him on the feud. Does he need a belt to feud with Braun? Does he need a belt to feud with Bronson Reed? No. It'd be fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Gunther comes to the ring to take on Jey Uso for the world title. And just as I said in the Money in the Bank video I made, he was destroyed. So when I talked to the preview of Raw, I told everybody that he's going to get attacked on the ribs. Jey was in there for way too long. Cody wasn't really involved in the match. It was all Jey getting blistered and falling right into the hands of Gunther and what he's been saying. So what happens, of course, in the match, rips off Jey's shirt. There's the tape. There's the bruised ribs. Exactly what I said was going to happen happened. He attacked him, power bombed him, sleeper hold, new world heavyweight champion. Great match. It's exciting that they were able to change the title over on Raw. You don't see that very often. Yeah, I don't think Jey Uso needs the belt. He's like an LA Knight in that regards. He's very good at getting the fans involved and getting into it and getting jazzed up without having to have the title. Mick Foley was one of the same things. Yeah, he got it every once in a while. Good, you gave it to Jey like Mick Foley did. But you don't keep it on those guys. Those aren't the guys that need to keep the belt. Those aren't the guys that need to be constantly fighting for the belt. Those are the guys that need good, fun feuds. They need to get the fans involved. Those are the guys that you need to have a good heel to pair with. That way they can eat all day long and celebrate the victories with Jey without actually having to have a title to go along with it. Bring back the Boogeyman or something like that. But anyway, like I said, Gunther wins. He's the new heavyweight champion. I think that's the right call. We need a champion that's going to be feared, who's good in the ring, bringing back the old school things. That's what I like about WWE right now. They are bringing back everything that's old. They brought back the pile driver as a main finishing move. They're bringing back the sleeper hold. Some of these mundane moves that we grew up with as kids going, no, this ain't gonna work, are now working. You're gonna be afraid of the sleeper hold again. You're gonna be afraid of the pile driver again. So I do like bringing back the old wrestling moves to where they're not so terrible and overdone, where it's just, oh, he pile drove him, but he got up in 3 seconds and walked away. No, if you're getting the pile driver, you're not getting up in 3 seconds and walking away. But that was a great thing. We'll see. Again, I'm still looking for Goldberg, still anticipating he's got to show up at some point, still waiting for him to show up at some point. He's got to be there at some point. If his story builds and he's going to be coming back for a final match, you got to build it. And you got to get the match going. Plus, I want him for my video game. Yeah, he completes the WCW part of this story of the 90s war and the Attitude Era. You really can't do that mode without Bill Goldberg. So I'm looking forward to his return to TV, and I'm looking forward to his return in the game. I'll be back with you at some point. Ring the bell, like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel, get some live videos going on so I can follow up Raw immediately, or even watch with, do some watch along videos. It'd be fun. I like wrestling. It's always been something I've enjoyed doing, and now that I have some more time on my hands, I just figured I'll just talk to myself and record it and give it to you guys. So thanks again. See ya.